Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. Today is all about Christmas in July again. This is the last one though that I will be doing for Christmas in July and going right into fall. So yes, if you like what you see here, this is my channel. I love to do all types of DIYs. I love to do Dollar Tree DIYs. I also love to do thrift flips and I love to make wreaths. Everything is on a budget, so very budget friendly. So if you like what you see here, remember to hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. Also, you can follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. All the links will be down below. And yes, I have a wreath shop. It's called Krista's Wreath Design. It is an Etsy shop. That link will be down below as well. Today is all about Christmas in July. Like I said, our host is Mama Mia DIY, Little Treasures by Nancy, and Melissa Make It DIY. So into DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I am taking a Dollar Tree chalkboard, one of these hanging ones that has the little wood piece on top. And I'm going to be using my Chalk Couture stencil and some chalk paste and a few little goodies there that you see. Some white beads. These I buy at Hobby Lobby. They're already painted in white. I get them when they're on sale. Just much easier for me. And what I'm doing is I'm taping off the top portion and I'm going to be using this Hunter Green folk art paint. It's acrylic paint. And I'm going to paint this. I give it about 2 coats, I believe, on the front and the back. And I just taped it off so I don't get any of it on the chalkboard. And then I just remove the tape when I'm all done. Then next, we're going to take our Chalk Couture stencil and I'm going to fuzz it on that fuzzing pad you see right there, and you just fuzz it a few times because you want to get the stickiness off so that you can move your stencil around on your chalkboard. And then what you do is you're going to, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put that on the mat, and like I said, I'm going to fuzz it a few times just to get some of the sticky off. You don't want it to be real sticky because it could pull up your paint, and it's just easier to move around. Now, I also forgot to tell you that I'm going to be using some white Waverly chalk paint in this stencil brush to just dry brush. So I have barely any on my brush, and I'm just like dabbing the edges of it to give it some dimension, interest, and then I'm just going to like do a very light dry brush over the top portion of it as well, like that. And I did do the front and the back. I like to have all my projects completely done, so that's why I always do front and back. So now that I fuzzed that, I'm going to place it down and see how you can move it around. It's a lot easier. And then you're just going to press down a little bit. And now I'm going to take the chalk paste and my little squeegee, and I'm just going to smooth that over with the squeegee onto my stencil. Now these are screen stencils, so it only goes in that little section. And if you're interested in Chalk Couture, I am a designer, and I will have a link down below to my store that you could go in and you can actually purchase stencils, or you can even become a designer. Right now they're having a great deal where for $10 a month you can one time $10, you can get a free stencil every month. Not a free stencil, but they give you a stencil every month, and then you pay $9.99 a month, and you get these beautiful stencils that you can use, and then you also get a really good discount. So yeah, it's really worth it. I absolutely love Chalk Couture, and I will have the link down below for you guys in case you are interested. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, and I can answer those for you as well. But we're not here to talk about that. So now what I'm doing is I'm beading my strings back onto that jute twine that was already on there for the hanger, and I'm just going to reuse it. And then you saw me there with those little pieces of greenery. Those were from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of like, I believe 10 or 20. And all I did was dry brush a little bit of the white chalk paint on it to make it look snowy. And I just put it aside, let it dry. And now I'm just going to put a little piece of felt on the back on the one side to hold down my string so it doesn't come out. And there's our little hanger. So see how you just made it so decorative. And the Chalk Couture, I mean, look at that, you guys. It's so pretty. And now I'm just going to make like a little swag on the top with these pieces. And then I have these little pine cones with berries on them. I got them last year, I believe, at Dollar Tree actually. And I'm just going to glue a little cluster of them in the center. So I'm going to just glue down these little greenery pieces that I painted. And you just dry brush the paint on it. It makes it look snowy, which is so cute. And I love that idea. And then I'm going to take some of those little pine cones that you see there that have snow on them already. And I just cut them apart because I wanted to get that big chunk off of there. And then I just placed them where I wanted. But I mean, you could just put the whole chunk on there. But they sell these usually every year at the Dollar Tree. Or you can also find them at Hobby Lobby when they do like their 40% off. So, because I'm not sure if it was Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree now that I think about it. But yeah. And then I'm just trying to get the wire off of them. And in the meantime, I'm taking them apart, but you can't see it because it's underneath, so. And then those little berries, I'm just going to glue those too and stick them down wherever I want. And that's it for this DIY, you guys. So I hope you like it. And I'm going to have all the links down below of the playlist, because there is a great playlist of a lot of ladies who are joining this month with this Christmas in July. And also the host, the co-host, everybody's links will be down below. So make sure you check them out. This is super fun collab. I love doing Christmas in July. It just gets me really ready for the Christmas season. Now on to DIY number 2. So this DIY, I'm taking this Chalk Couture stencil again. It's some chalk paste. I'm also going to be using truffle and that hunter green and also that ribbon from Dollar Tree. And then this little cute, I love this, cutting board from Dollar Tree. I found these and I was like, oh my gosh. So I bought a couple of them because, you know, once you see them, then you might not see them again. So you always got to get them when you see them. And then I'm going to put the tape like a little bit more than halfway up. And I'm going to paint the chalkboard first with the white chalk paint because of all this lettering, the green acrylic paint will see through and I'd have to do like a whole bunch of coats. So this kind of eliminates that. So you're not using up so much paint. So what I do is I first go over it with the chalk paint and then, and I did the sides and I believe I do the back as well. I always make sure that I do everything so that it's a complete finished DIY. And then I'm drying it with my heat gun. Okay, so now once they're dried, I go over it with the hunter green. And this is really good because I only had to do 2 coats versus I probably would have had to do a lot because it's an acrylic paint. So the white always helps out when you have white chalk paint. Always, and you have lettering, I always go over the top of it with one of those first. Now I'm going to take off my tape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the tape down to the tippy top of where the green ends. And that is where we're going to go in with the truffle colored paint. So I'm trying to get it on there perfectly so that we get it all nice and even. And I did do the back as well, see? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with the white first, again, because of the lettering. And I could have just did the truffle, though, with this one, because that's a chalk paint, too. So you could really skip this step if those are the colors you were going to be using. But now I'm going to go over with the truffle. Now, oh, no, I did a dry brush. Sorry, that's why. I did the white first because I wanted to do a distressed look on the top. So I wanted it to look a little grainy like wood. And so I went over the top of it, not real heavy with the truffle. And you can see a little bit of the white peeking out underneath. And that makes it, give it that kind of wood look because these aren't real wood. So, and that's what I did there. So I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. I have been doing so many videos that I forget what I do. So, sorry about that. So, there it is, all done. So, now what we're going to do is I'm going to fuzz my stencil like we did with the other one. So, I'm going to make sure it's not too sticky because I don't want it to pull up my paint. And then I'm going to go over it with the white again. So, I only used white, but I mean, there are so many colors in the Chalk Couture pastes that you guys like can do so much with these. Like I've used all my other colors too, but today I'm just using the white for my DIYs. But this comes out super cute and it makes it look so high end, you guys. I'm telling you. And they just launched some new stuff, so definitely, if you're interested, go check it out. My link will be down below. And it'll be in my link tree. So you got to look for that underneath. Link tree. And there it is, you guys. All done. And I put that little ribbon around the top. Isn't it cute? Okay, you guys got to let me know which one you like the best, though, in the comments, okay? DIY number 3. This one is my personal favorite. So I'm using some of those Scramble Tiles that picture thing. Remember you seen those? They're in the Dollar Tree. This scrapbook paper, and I'm using the back of a picture frame to hold up my sign. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that hunter green paint, and I am going to paint the edges of this picture frame thing. And I'm going to make sure, and I get the inner lip too, because you don't want that to show. And I don't like go over it like real heavy because, I mean, I do most of it, but like not too heavy because I like some of that wood grain looking brown to come through a little bit. I like the rustic look. And there it is, all done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white chalk paint and I'm going to go around the edges with my little stencil brush. And I love these brushes from the Dollar Tree, guys. I would buy them if you like doing dry brushing. I think these are perfect. And especially for little areas to dry brush. And I'm just tapping the ends of it. And now I'm going to brush the whole thing. I'm going to go as light or as heavy as I want with the dry brushing. I mean, you do you. Sometimes I go heavy with the dry brushing and sometimes I don't. And then I just did the whole thing. And now we're going to take this. Now, the backing doesn't come off of this picture frame, so I had to kind of like crease it. So what I did is I just kind of rubbed my nails and my fingers along the side so I knew where to cut it. Okay, to fit the inside of that. And then once I cut it, I got my glue stick. I didn't use Mod Podge. I didn't feel there was a need for the Mod Podge. This scrapbook paper is really heavy duty, so I knew that the glue stick would be just fine. And I got it in there just right, and then I'm going to press it down, and it works out fine. I don't have to worry about any bubbles or anything. So now the Scramble Tiles, I used a pack from Hobby Lobby, and I also used some from the Dollar Tree because I didn't have enough letters. So I used Joy, Noel, Peace, Merry, and Bright, and then I'm using that little star on the top. And then I'm going to line them up, and it's going to look like a Christmas tree coming down. And this was such a cute idea. I got this from Pinterest, and I also watched a video. I can't remember who it was, though, but if I remember, I'll put her link down below, too. I watch her all the time. But she had this idea, too, and I watched her video. I was like, oh, this is such a cute idea, so I have to try it. And I really love the way this turned out, you guys. So, yeah. And this is a good way to use your Scramble Tiles, right? I mean, really. And then I went with Noel. So I just kind of did the wording so that, like, it went small. And then as I went down, it got a little bit bigger and bigger. So it looks like a Christmas tree. And I just spaced them out as much as I could. I used my ruler to help me line up my letters so they weren't crooked, you know, and in a straight line. And, yeah. And then I just used 2 Scramble Tiles. Well, I actually only used 1. Because by the time I got to the bottom, I wasn't sure if I would need 2 or 1 to make the little trunk. I just turned it around. I used the Z because when am I going to use the Z, right? So I used one of those for the bottom to make it look like it had, you know, for the tree trunk of my Christmas tree. And yeah, and then when I got to the bottom, I did the Merry and Bright. And then I put one of the little Scramble Tiles on the bottom. This came out so cute. I absolutely love it. You guys got to let me know what you think in the comment section. And don't forget to go check everyone out, you guys. There is so much to see. I mean, everybody comes up with so many good DIYs. I've been watching everyone that I've been in, and it's so cool because they give you so much good inspiration and so much things to think about, things that you could do it differently or, you know, or do the same. And there it is, you guys. So now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put that piece that I had that was on the back of a picture frame, and this one just happened to fit perfectly, and I just glued it onto the edges, and now my little picture frame will stand up on my shelf and look all cute. There it is. So I hope you guys like it. Here is your close-ups, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.